Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now, these two teams, they met in Charlotte earlier in the year with the Panthers coming out on top. So a win here in Charlotte would give them the season sweep. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
49, guys.
Off play action. Richard. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Meanwhile, Darnold's throw complete there to Moore. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Fournette on the counter. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Back to throw. Richard trying to lay one up deep. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
On the return is Peterson. A Pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Now these two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visiting Panthers who came away with the victory in that one. So now they look to take the season series here at home in Charlotte. On first down, it's Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. There he goes, right side. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions. That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs. In the top 5 in the NFL, it's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, they started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Darnold. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Quick pass out to Miller. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. looking to throw. Richard, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And, oh, no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. And it's the Browns out to the early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And this one is right through. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd and 10, Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack.
And he is going to go down. They sack him. And the final play of the first quarter. 10-6 the score after one right here on EA Sports. Loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Off the play fake. Richard. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll give Fournette another crack. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions. but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Now here's a handoff out of the gun. Finding some room at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. To the right side, and he's got more complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. Lady. Watch the safety creep.
Darnold from the red zone now. This is caught. Touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have got it back to a one-score game. Now Matt Rule keeping the offense on the field to go for two here. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get in for the 2 points. So that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Check. 49, guys.
Operating from the gun. Richard. Rashard lost it. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
To throw on 3rd down. Richard toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Richard. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And incomplete on the deep ball. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. But it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Richard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Again for Evans. This time he's got him. Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That's on Shaq Mason, the guard. Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. This is caught by Evans. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags. So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you get that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He didn't, gave it a tug, and that was easy for the officials to see.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Second and goal from inside the 5. A handoff to Fournette. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette as the first half is winding down. And the Bucs would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on the
Darnold from the gun. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. Touchdown, Panthers. Isaiah McKenzie in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And a a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And the half will begin with a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks,
It got his man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. DJ Moore with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw. Richard, he'll set up the screen to Fournette. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
A pass underneath for Fournette. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact. We call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. And
he fires one that's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Here's Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Check 3, check 3.
Darnold now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Mike, 45. Let's run. 45, Mike, 45.
Give to the fullback. This is Watt. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Derek Watt, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Right after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Richard airing this one out for Evans. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Dante Jackson picks it. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. Now Darnold. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And this is taken in at the 5. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 65 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. He finds his man, complete. It's McKenzie. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 19. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Derek Watt. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And this is going to be a Bucs first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On first down, Richard. Flushed out right. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Watch Mike. I got it.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. A 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. Tackled there by Monte Nicholson. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Panthers, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.